great surprise.
Oh my God, and if I hope his cologne is on me, but I hugged Martin and I was like, oh, you smell good. So it's nice to see you.
It's good to see you.
You recently turned 30, right?
I did in February.
Oh my gosh, congratulations, so cool. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Because it's crazy, I don't know why I say congratulations, we've known you since you were so little, so I feel like you've kind of grown up in front of us.
Totally.
I found this amazing. So every year on your birthday, Tom Cruise actually still sends you like a present on your birthday and says happy birthday. That's so nice, because you worked together so long ago.
I turned 11 on War of the Worlds when we worked together, and he gave me my first cell phone for that birthday. It was a
Who were you
Motorola
calling
Razr.
at 11?
I didn't have anyone to call, but I wanted a Razr so bad.
That's so cool.
And I must have been talking about it a lot because that's what he got me. It was such a great memory.
I know, that's so cool. So wait, so what did he send you this year?
He always sends me the same thing every year after the cell phone. I was loved shoes when I was little, and I started to be able to fit into really small adult shoes when I was on the War of the Worlds press tour, so I was very excited about them. And so from that birthday on, he always sends me shoes.
Oh, I love that, so nice.
Yeah.
That's really so random, too. I love it.
I know.
You must have a massive shoe collection brought to you by Tom Cruise. That was the look at her terrifying new movie, The Watchers. It's in theaters Friday. Oh, my God. Just the vibe alone, the music, everything is so... I can't do scary movies because it lives with me for years.
I get it.
But what is this about?
Well, it's brought to you by... M. Night Shyamalan produced it, and his daughter, Ishana Night Shyamalan, adapted it from the novel, and it's her first feature film debut as a director.
Yeah.
And it's sort of about, what you saw in the clip, these 4 characters who find themselves under these strange circumstances in this forest in Ireland, and they are watched by they don't know what at night. My character, Mina, is sort of a character that hasn't turned 30 yet and is still a little stuck in, running away from her past and still chasing, and needs to sort of heal some of the things from her past. And so through these strange supernatural circcircumstances, she kind of finds her way back.
Oh my God, I do love these kind of movies, though. It's where you're but at the end, you're
it's
like,
very cool, 'cause there's a lot of real human grounded parts of it mixed with this kind of Irish fairy tale folklore aspect. That's kind of the backdrop, and we filmed in Ireland,
right?
In those
I love
forests,
Ireland,
and it was really special.
You have another thriller, because we're really into death right now. I was telling her that in the break. I was like, there's a lot of death going on right now. So you have another thriller, and it's with your sister, right?
Well, it's a documentary series on Hulu called Mastermind, to Think Like a Killer, and we produced it, and it's about Dr. Ann Burgess, who's a really unbelievable, pioneering woman who sort of led to the creation of profiling at the FBI, and she worked there and was a trailblazer, and so this is a documentary about her.
That's incredibly cool.
It's very cool.
Wait, but you and your sister, y'all are 4 years apart.
We are.
You couldn't have been, I have children, you couldn't have been that close when you were young, right? Did you get on each other's nerves? Because you're so close now.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Wait, what's happening?
Well, so that's from this place in LA, in Malibu, called Gladstone's. And your leftovers, they would make into an animal with the tin foil. So you would always
kids would love that.
It's so great. Next time you're in California, go to Gladstone.
You leave with
art.
art. Yeah. It's so cool to have a built-in buddy for this industry, you know?
For the industry, for your life, for everything, I can't imagine my life without her. She's my best friend, and I'm so grateful to have her. I can't imagine not having a sibling.
Me too, me too. Well, speaking of family, you posted this photo on Mother's Day this year, just trying to make us all look bad. I'm like, my mother's gonna see this episode and be like, Dakota has time. And I'm like, I try my best. But this is, do you call her that? Are y'all talking that much?
So the context for this particular log was I was working. So a lot of times because I don't bring my phone on set, I'll leave it behind in the trailer or whatever. So I'll call her, and every time I call her, they'll knock on the door and be ready for me. So I'm constantly like, okay, Mom, I have to go. So then when I come back, I'll call her back, and then they'll be ready for me, and then I'll be like, okay, Mom, I have to go. So I think that was the 6. That was what was responsible for the 6 phone calls.
You were trying to have a conversation.
I just was trying to finish one conversation.
Yeah.
But she also calls me quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely be like, what could you possibly be calling me about?
What have we not covered?
Like, seriously, like, this is getting weird. And then I'll hang up and I'll be like, forgot to ask her that one thing, and then I'll have to call her back.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
And she's like, and she never gloats. She just answers, and I have to go, sorry, I just forgot to ask you this one thing.
My mother is 100% gonna be like, saw the call log. Like, it's like, I know. I do, but I do think it's important to stay connected. We get so busy in our lives.
Totally.
And it is important to call. I don't know that I'll ever reach that level. Okay, so you've worked with a lot of like big stars, even when you were little, which I think is actually more entertaining because you had no idea probably who you were working with sometimes. But do you ever get starstruck?
Of course I do. You know, somebody that you admire or have watched a lot growing up. Like, of course I still do, but I do mostly get starstruck by, like, reality stars.
Yeah.
So I'm totally guilty of being a super fan of, like, when I run into Lisa
love that.
Vanderpump.
Don't lose. Oh, she's so nice.
I love her. Yeah,
she's so kind.
Yeah,
every time she comes on the show, I'm like, you're really nice. All right. Well, it's great to see you again. Congrats on all the things, all the murder and dying. It's awesome. I love that you and your sister are doing that together. I can't wait to watch that. It's so cool. I love profiling. I love all of that. Well, everybody, you can see Dakota's new Hulu series called Mastermind, To Think Like a Killer, starting July 11th. And her new movie is called The Watchers. It's in theaters everywhere Friday, and courtesy of Fandango, once again, everybody in our audience is getting a pair of tickets to go see it. Thank you guys so much.